if Cody's never left alone with her, there's no reason anything can ever be said.
Okay, well.
And he never punishes her. He doesn't physically punish her at all. He's never physically punished her. And that, again, is on his safety side, because I don't want no accusation to get put towards him. So I am the only one that disciplines her. And my mother babysits, my daughter, my 21-year-old daughter babysits, or my Aunt Rosie has babysitted. I have other people in the family that I have babysitting her than him. And that's not because I don't trust him, Your Honor. It's because it's more his safety, so that people can't accuse anything towards him.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Dorothy? We cannot hear you.
Hello, I can't use my earbud. Obviously, you guys aren't hearing me.
I can hear you now, so we're good. Calling case.
Yes, I know, but I'm trying to make it so only I heard the court and not everybody in the house.
Okay. Calling case.
My earbud's not
working. 242842 DM Anthony Lane versus Dorothy Lane. Today is Monday, October 14th, 2024 at 9:36 a.m.
Court will note the appearance of Ms. Henderson on behalf of the plaintiff. This matter is before the court on the plaintiff's motion for temporary custody, parenting time, and support. Ms. Henderson.
Good morning, Your Honor. This case is somewhat unusual. The parties have been separated for over 5 years and actually have a DS case that is now closed. However, the divorce was actually never finalized, so we were directed by the court administrator to file a new divorce case and a motion in that case. The parties share 2 minor children. One of them is about to turn 18 in the beginning of 2025, and they share a 9-year-old daughter, Trinity. And pursuant to the case in the support matter between the parties 2019-3226 DS, my client has sole legal, sole physical custody of the minor son of the parties, and then the defendant in this matter has sole legal, sole physical custody of the party's minor daughter. Subsequent to the filing of the initial order in that matter, there was a order establishing parenting time that entered in 2023. And since that time, specifically in October 2024, right before we filed for divorce, there's an ongoing CPS case involving the defendant in this matter, who was substantiated for physical neglect, medical neglect of the child, as well as deplorable living conditions. And the minor child of the parties, Trinity, was safety planned outside of the mother's home, and due to mother having sole legal, sole physical custody at that time, mother insisted that she be placed with third parties rather than her father, who has appropriate living conditions at this time and has no allegations against him. Since the filing of our case, Your Honor, as of the end of last week, Families First is in defendant's home, and they're working on reintegration of the child with the mother and also providing some services for the mother. The mother still does not have transportation. The child still has lice. She is in need of immediate medical and dental attention due to severe tooth decay. And we're asking for Trinity to be placed with the father pending the resolution of this case. We're asking for continuation of sole legal, sole physical custody for Mr. Lane for the older child of the parties, their son. We're also asking for him to be granted sole legal, sole physical custody of the daughter pending this matter. We understand that the court may want to have an evidentiary hearing, and we would be prepared to do that. But we contend that due to the recent development regarding the defendant's home, as well as her romantic relationship with who Mr. Lane believes to be a registered sex offender. Further, Ms. Lane has an adult son who also has some registered sex offender, according to my client, or some deviant sexual behaviors that he is aware of. all of that in totality would constitute proper cause for the court to revisit custody and parenting time for Trinity. We're asking for that to be considered at this time, Your Honor, for Trinity to be placed with her father and for the parenting time to be granted for the parties in accordance with the safety plan and the ongoing CPS case recommendations. Further, we are asking for any parenting time exchanges to occur at Battle Creek Police Station due to a highly contentious relationship between the parties. Now, I understand currently Ms. Lane does not have any transportation, and until she does have transportation, my client is willing to pick up at her home. But going forward, once she obtains transportation, we would like for the exchanges to be moved to the police station of the parties, of Battle Creek, I'm sorry. Further, we would ask for the child support to be ordered in accordance with the formula. My client is employed full-time at Walmart, was stated his gross biweekly income. To my client's knowledge and belief, defendant is not gainfully employed and has carnival work when it's available. And we would ask for her to be imputed at $15 an hour, 40 hours a week. The child currently has medical insurance provided by my client. She also has secondary Medicaid insurance. There is a dire need for her to see a dentist as soon as possible. Due to no transportation, we are uncertain how Trinity would be getting to school because it's our understanding she's not attending school in the district in which defendant resides. My client would be able to take the child to school, make sure she's attending school. And for all of those reasons, we're requesting temporary legal and physical custody to be awarded to my client to continue sole legal, sole physical custody of the older child with Mr. Lane, to order parenting time in accordance with the CPS ongoing guidelines and order child support in accordance with the formula, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Lane, what's your response?
Well, my response is a lot, Your Honor. I have Trinity actually in my care. Trinity was given back to me. Actually, I could have got her back Monday, but I waited until her dentist appointment that she had scheduled Tuesday to take care of her dental problems. And they're going to be running a test actually for periodontal disease that runs very highly in my mother's side. I just recently found out from my aunt that's involved like at least 7 of my family members on my mother's side who are still living, who had periodontal disease, which causes teeth decay, even with people who brush and floss and take good care of their teeth. She goes to the dentist yearly to get her teeth cleaned and to get her fillings taken care of if she needs any. And she has been in my care the whole time since I have left Tony. Trevor wanted to go with his dad, and that was fine. But Trinity has been wanting to be with me. Our visitation, I had set for open visitation back in February 2020, and he went back to get things changed because he wanted to cut her hair, and I wouldn't allow it because it was above her shoulder, and she wanted it to be longer. And at that time, they were going to issue him Wednesday and Friday 4 hours visitation, and he told them he can only do 1 day a week because of their aggressive dog at their home. He says he now lives at the girlfriend's house. I do not know because the address he gave me is a false address. Because I asked if she is going to the other party's house, which I am not against her going to her house. I am very, I like to know where my kids go, even when they go to a friend's home, I like to know the address. I like to know where they're at in case of an emergency. And with behaviors he has pointed to me, it makes me concerned. So I just like to know the address because he's threatened to kidnap her and take her to that address prior this year. And he has kidnapped her one day last year. I am making an appointment for her to get her, she has to get a root canal. which is why I'm getting her tested for the periodontal disease, because there are zero reasons for her to have to be getting this root canal. Because at the last dentist appointment, she had a small cavity on this tooth, and it did nothing to obtain a root canal now. So my aunt let me know about this disease, so I'm getting hold of Dental Dream, and I'm gonna have her tested for that. She gets to her eye doctor yearly. CPS has ordered a bed for her because I'm in the process of looking for a home. And as far as income, I'm on long-term disability because I had my posterior tendon surgery done twice on my left foot. And because I cannot be on my feet for 8 hours straight, my job at Tentacle said that I'm no longer employed there, but they put me to long-term disability. And once I can be on my feet for at least 8 hours, I can get my job back with them. So I've been doing physical therapy, and so I can strengthen my foot, and I have to wear an ankle brace to help support it. I'm working on getting my food stamps back. They had my mail was being resended back to them from my old address before I came to my mom's address, which my mom's house is significantly, oh my goodness, so much better. We have hot and cold water running to the showers. We can take showers now. The sink and tub works upstairs. The toilet works upstairs. The house is fully clean. CPS was totally surprised, and she has her own bedroom. Like I said, she's been in my care this whole time. And this whole thing started because he doesn't want to pay me child support. He's told multiple people. He's even told me for the last 6 years of our marriage that he would not pay me child support at all. I would tell you the mantra, but I don't think you want to hear it. I hear it every day in my head. Overnights are allowed, and I talked to a lawyer, and she has me having some stuff that she wants to make sure I bring up to your guys' attention. So I'm just making sure that I hit everything that she had spoken to me about, because I was not served in enough time to actually get to me and a lawyer. So I was able, because it was a domestic marriage for me and the children, physical, mental, and verbal abuse. I had to go through Safe Place. Legal aid told me to go through Safe Place legal services to be screened, to be sent back to legal aid. And they finally went through that process, and that's how I finally got to legal aid.
Okay, anything else, ma'am?
Yes, Tony himself is actually a CFC. It was expunged, but there's still sites that you can find it on because my cousin Laura found it. I've never let my boyfriend watch Trinity, and I don't let Randy watch Trinity because Randy is autistic.
Ma'am, just in that regard, are those individuals, are Mr. Wright and Mr. Brett, are they registered on the sex offender registration?
Randy is not. Randy was found criminally and mentally incompetent. So Randy was not charged of nothing. So Randy does not have a record, Your Honor. Okay. My boyfriend, it was a teenage thing, Your Honor. And what my understanding is that he was charged of raping his girlfriend, who he was having consensual sex with, but she was caught having sex, and to cover herself, she yelled rape. And as far as the other girl, I just understand that she was the younger sister who had a crush on him, and he was not giving her any, time or day because of her age. And she did the same thing her sister did. And so that's how I was understanding that obtained. It was not a minor child, teenager, unlike her father. So for his safety, actually, I don't leave Trinity with him Trinity and him have a good bond. But no, I just because I don't want Tony to ever if Tony ever says he's gonna accuse anything, if Cody's never left alone with her, there's no reason anything can ever be said.
Okay,
And
well,
he never punishes her. He doesn't physically punish her at all. He's never physically punished her. And that again is on his safety side because I don't want no accusation to get put towards him. So I am the only one that disciplines her, and my mother babysits my daughter, my 21-year-old daughter babysits, or my Aunt Rosie has babysitted. I have other people in the family that I have babysitting her than him. And that's not because I don't trust him, Your Honor. It's because it's more his safety so that people can't accuse anything towards him. If you understand what I mean.
okay. Well, in this case, the court is not going to change custody without an evidentiary hearing. The case law is very clear that the court can't do that. So we'll have to schedule an evidentiary hearing. There is sufficient allegations to meet the Varka threshold for an evidentiary hearing. The court will likewise note from what Ms. Lane has stated that she's on disability. So at this point, the court can calculate, we will at some point in the future, calculate the support based upon her disability. The exchanges can continue to occur at her home as she does not have transportation. And then at times she does have transportation, they will handle that at the Battle Creek Police Department. The court is, however, going to order in this matter that neither Cody Wright nor Randy Brett will have any contact with the minor child when the child is in the defendant's custody or care. So, ma'am, what that means is they cannot have contact with her. You said you're not leaving them alone. That's not what it means. It means they can't be around her, etc. When the child is in your care. If the child is if the child is with the plaintiff, let's say a weekend, you can have all the contact you want with those individuals, but they cannot have any contact. They can't be in the home. They can't have contact with her when she is in your care.
I told him that. I don't understand why, Your Honor, because
I just said so. Why that, ma'am? Obviously,
Well,
they're on at least the boyfriend's on the sex offender list, and the child is not. Court is not going to have the child in contact with him at that time.
I understand. I have a comprehension problem. Sorry, Your Honor. I was just trying to understand exactly why, because you said something about Randy, and Randy has been expunged. He does not have a charge or nothing against him.
Well, it may be, and you said that was a result of him not being.
He has autism due to.
He did not have the capacity, but notwithstanding that, the court's going to order that he not be around the child.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that will be the order, Ms. Henderson. You can prepare that, and then we'll be in touch with you about setting up a time to have a hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor. And would the hearing be with you, Your Honor, or with the referee?
With me.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Have a
Have
good
a
day.
good day.